Hi everybody. So now I'm going to show you what I do for lunch, because this is, if I'm not organized, then I end up going to work without a lunch, and then I have to get lunch out. So it's really fun to make it in advance. It just requires a little organization. So I'll take a big head of lettuce like this and cut the entire thing up, because then it's done. And you can stick it back in the refrigerator in a bag. So I will, then you can just grab a little bit every day or every meal that you want it. And maybe, if you use it within 2 days, it'll still be good. So I like to cut it up before I put it in the salad spinner, just because then you really get in to the little crevices when you're washing it. Now, sometimes that's not the case. Sometimes I'm serving it for company or something, and it's the lettuce leaves are just perfectly sized, and I wouldn't cut them. I would just separate them because they look nicer. But right now, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to put this in the salad spinner. Make sure. The other thing I like to do is to make sure these are kind of in bite-sized pieces. When you're eating a salad and you've put salad dressing on it, and if you have like a big leaf, it's not necessarily convenient to have like a knife out and you're cutting as you go, and you'd rather just have a bite that is going to be the right size. And if you have a big leaf that has salad dressing on it, it might splash on you. Believe me, that's happened to me. So I've learned the hard way if I'm eating it in the middle of my workday or something. Okay, so anyway, this is all cut up now, and I'm gonna rinse it. Not that everyone already doesn't know how to use a salad spinner or rinse some greens, but anyway, opportunity to talk with you at the same time. But I find that if you can prep some greens, and like I've said before, have some greens that are already washed, like mixed baby greens or some arugula, then there's almost no excuse because you can almost always throw a salad together really quickly. So anyway, these are from the farmer's market, so they tend to be a little bit greedier, which is good because you're getting a lot more soil bacteria and things like that informs your microbiome. So it's actually a good thing to have vegetables that have a little dirt on them. So it's never bad, but still, you don't want like to crunch on dirt, which I've done. So anyway, I'm gonna spin this. Okay, so this is something called a tiffin, and I think I have had this for 18 years. This is that's what I bring my lunch to work in. So I'm a salad person, so I tend to put salad, not hot food, in here, but I'll put salad in both trays, and then I keep at the office some extra virgin olive oil, organic olive oil, and maybe some vinegar, or I'll cut some lemon wedges up in here. And so I just dress my salad at the office, but I go to work with salad in here. So it's really easy. So I'll take some washed greens and I'll put some in each here. So whatever you think is the right amount. And then what I'm going to do with the rest of this later is I'll put it in a bag and stick it in the refrigerator. And there's a lot of lettuce. That was a huge head of lettuce. That'll probably be good for another couple salads. And so then, right now, I'm going to use a lemon cucumber and cut that up. And like I've said before, these are the perfect size for one person. So I'll eat the whole thing. And lemon cucumbers are awesome because they've got a nice taste. They're crunchy too. Okay, so I'll put that in there. Then I'm going to take some red pepper. This is, just take the center out. And I'll cut that up. But the red pepper adds a little bit of sweetness, so I like to put it in. What I find is interesting is that, you know, this time of year when you have a lot of nightshade vegetables available in, you know, tomatoes and peppers, I have to be careful not to eat them every day. I can get away with it if I'm eating them sometimes, but if I do too much, then I start to feel a little achy. So maybe pay attention to that. Then I think it's good to have different colors in a salad, ideally. So I usually always have a purple cabbage or red cabbage, and I like to just do very thin slice of this and just literally just for color. It makes me happier to see a beautiful salad. So I'll put some on each, and then some herbs. So right now there's this incredible parsley, and then of course I've got the Thai basil, which I've talked about, regular basil. I think right now I'm going to use parsley because I love it. I mean, you could spin this in the salad spinner. I'm not going to do that. I'm not really going to put that much in, but just enough to add some flavor. And it really, like what I find, because I'm someone who eats salad all the time, and I've had people be like, don't you get bored of eating salad? And the answer is no, I don't, because they're always different. They're always different. I'm always putting in different fresh herbs, different microgreens, which have flavor, and then different vegetables. I make different dressings for them, and then I use other kind of accoutrements, which I'm going to go over some in a moment here. And so that's the basil. Hope I put enough in there because it really adds parsley. Excuse me, phenomenal flavor. So I'm going to put a little avocado in here. This is these avocados I've been getting from the farmer's market are so incredible, and I would say I like to eat about a half of an avocado a day. And so I'm going to slice this really thinly and stick it in there. And then that will give it some sustenance that will really make it last for me. So whatever I do on top of this, like, you know, from a protein standpoint, it almost, you know, it becomes a little less important because the avocado is going to stabilize my blood sugar for the better part of the afternoon. So just to have that in there is really important for me. Now this is, I'm giving you guys some good ideas here, and not every salad would I have all these things in here, but one thing that really adds flavor to a salad is Botija olives. So I don't know if you guys have ever seen these kind of olives, but they're phenomenal, and they're so flavorful. So I'm gonna maybe take about 6 of these olives, and I like to cut them up because they're so intense. They really have an intense flavor that if you don't want like the whole olive at one time. So I like to cut them into little pieces and then just put them on the salad for flavor. Sometimes I also get an olive tapenade at the farmer's market. That's really good. And maybe I'll do that instead. Or maybe I'll do some Kalamata olives or something like that. Now, cherry tomatoes are so good right now. So I'm gonna put some of these on there and just rinse these, stick them on there. And, you know, you could say, how I should have timed myself, and I'm talking, so I'm making it take a little longer than it probably would if I were doing this in a hurry. But this salad is almost good to go. So now what I will do, and I actually am gonna tell you what I'm gonna do, but I'm not gonna do it right now. Can you point the camera down here? So I like to let the sprouts, these microgreens, grow up until like right before I'm gonna eat them. And so, you know, I'll cut these before I go to work in the morning. So I'll put this in the refrigerator, and then right before I leave, I will put some, like a big handful of microgreens in each basket because it adds so much life. And then I'll do a little bit of some sunflower seed, just a little sprinkle. Again, these are soaked, sprouted, dehydrated. And when they're soaked in a little bit of sea salt, and they're yummy addition to a salad. And then I'll pick a protein. So either I will put on here some diced up Pumpfu, or I'll put some chicken, just a little chicken on here, not much, just a tiny bit, or I'll put some salmon. So Pumpfu, chicken, salmon, those are my typical go-tos for lunch while I'm working. And sometimes I don't put protein in there. I just go with the avocado and the sunflower seeds or pumpkin seeds, or maybe I'll crunch up some walnuts. But there we are, ready to go for tomorrow. A wonderful lunch. And I have already made my greens now for the next couple meals. So these are washed and they'll be ready to go in the refrigerator. There's still quite a bit left. So it's not that hard. All right, I hope that helps. Thanks for watching.